Chaos Reign. Chaos Reign presents True Masculinity with special guest Charles Faulkner Jr. Broadcast February the 9th, 2020. Enjoy.
The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at TalkRealSolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of TalkRealSolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not TalkRealSolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
In the world where there's crime, corruption, violence, rape, murder, death, and all forms of atrocity that plague the world in which we live in today. What you're witnessing, we are living in a state of chaos, and it'll take much greater or extreme chaos to restore the order in which the world we live in today. Good evening, black people. This is Chaos here, and tonight, you know what it is from the title. Thank you for those who's listening to this broadcast. But before we begin, I would like everybody to go to the TalkRealSolutions.com. On TalkRealSolutions.com, you'll see the 3-point plan for Black empowerment, Black achievement. And under the 3-point plan, you'll see a list of Black established-owned banks located here in the United States of America. As you know, the website will give more detail how many banks still exist here. But, and I think, like I said before in previous streams, that it is now a shrinking phenomenon, the Black established-owned banks here. And the only answer I give you why we're losing more and more of the so-called Black established banks is simple: the support. There's no other way around it. And don't get me wrong, the Black established banks are not perfect or anything better, separate from the quote-unquote Eurocentric or non-Black established banks. But nonetheless, there are banks that do cater and help the Black community. in a way. So, if you can, just if you have money in one established black bank, established in a regular institution like Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, all these banks, then I would advise, just moving money to these black banks and, start moving around your income a little bit so that way your money is spread out so it's not staying in one location. Hold on, let me check if my YouTube is working good. Oh, gosh. Hold on. 1 second, people. Well, no matter. It'll come through once. Because on the other end, it looks like he didn't really edit his end, but he'll address that. But anyway, invest in a black bank near you. Also, on Talk World Solutions, on the website, you will also see the latest articles and news of current events here in America or globally. It's also on the website as well. As you know, it's been busy lately since we're in the month of February, and we are in Black History Month. As y'all know, this is Black History Month 2020. So, for those who are not familiar with Black History Month, it's very important that for those, hold on, people. Okay. Hold on. I got echo on my end. Let me correct this. Give me a second. All right, I corrected. So, the articles and latest stuff, and like I said, now I was saying Black History Month. Yes, we're in Black History Month. So for those who have children, I advise, teach a little of the history, because, the school system ain't teaching our true story, as you know. But it comes with the territory. You feel me? Now, also, you will find us on Talk Real Solutions, and we have 2 different YouTube channels for Talk Real Solutions. So right now, let me give you the names of the YouTube channel for you to catch this broadcast and any other broadcast moving forward. As you know, this channel titled Talk Real Solutions is spelled TalkRealSolutions. This is our other YouTube channel, which my lovely assistant will drop into this chat room. That's the other channel you can subscribe to if you not have already for any broadcast, including this one. And also, you will catch this broadcast also on Chaos Rain channel as well, on YouTube as well. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Chaos Rain also. What else I'm about to say? Well, as y'all know, that even moving forward, I will try to have more guests to deal with the talking points. And also about other subjects that affects Western American man and woman, especially the ADOS man, black woman. I will try to have more of them to come so we can talk about the current events and things historically that affects us as collective. So be on the lookout. And that's pretty much it. So as I do this, let me go to my board. All right, I'm back, people. Sorry about that. I had to handle something. Let me check the board. Let's look. Oh, let me put it back. All right. As I see my guests there, if Mr. Can you press *61? As I read you out the title. Okay, tonight's show. Thank you all for patience. Tonight's show, T.R.S. presents True Masculinity with my good friend returning to Talk with Mr. Charles Faulkner Jr. So, as I open, welcome again, Charles Faulkner, to a new decade, a new year, you know what I'm saying? New beginnings, you know.
You gotta have everything new going for yourself.
Exactly. But like many things, before we go into the subject tonight, let me read something that I came across, and also what I discovered pretty new. And I'm not gonna play the audio of that because this entertainer did respond. But what I'm revealing, and I want Charles Faulkner's perspective on it. This nice little piece that popped up through the net. Snoop Dogg apologized for threatening Gayle King after Obama's former advisor Susan Rice threatens to send an army to gather him. And in this little article, rapper Snoop Dogg reluctantly apologized to television journal Gayle King after Susan Rice, Barack Obama's former national security advisor, warned him to back off, which I didn't know because I only looked into his people while he was in office now 4 years ago. She was part of working on Obama's camp. Rice, 55, warned Snoop to back the F off after the aging rapper threatened King over her comments to former WNBA star Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant. This despicable Rice tweet in response to Snoop's video rant, Gayle King is one of the most principled, fair, tough journalists alive. Snoop backed the F off. You come for at Gayle King, you come against an army. You will lose, and it won't be pretty. And, this is her tweet right here. Her threat worked. Snoop, who was 48, who he's going to turn 49 in the end of this year, took to social media to reluctantly apologize to King, saying he meant to no harm. I'm a non-violent person. Figures. When I said what I said, I spoke for the people who felt like Gayle was very disrespectful towards Kobe Bryant and his family. The same day, Snoop made a video threatening to come get King. He also made an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show, shocking the jiving with the ex-con Martha Stewart. The reaction from Black Twitter was mixed. Some users wonder why it took another powerful black woman to check Snoop for his disrespectful behavior towards a successful black woman. Why are the real men there wondering out loud? Matter of fact, and this is, wait, let me play this. I don't know if people can hear this. I don't know if this is going to play. Okay. Oh, my fault. Never mind, I'm not going to play it. I'll pause it. But that's the end of this. And it's funny, the conclusion, it says here, the reaction, wait, let me find where it says that. It says that the reaction from a black Twitter was mixed. Some users wonder why it took another powerful black woman to check Snoop for his disrespectful behavior towards a successful black. Let me stop right there. Powerful in what?
Man, fuck her. I'm going to just say this real quick.
Yeah.
Because, number one, notice she never said anything about Gayle King's comments towards Kobe, who just lost his wife with his daughter. That wasn't disrespectful. Plus, two, Gayle King and her lesbian lover, Oprah, I don't care what nobody says, of course you know.
Yes, correct.
For some odd reason, could go out there and disrespect black men, but where was Miss Rice during this whole time when all these allegations come out? Did she come to anybody's aid? No. Send an army. What army do you have? You're no longer in power.
Thank you very much. The little power that you do.
Then on top of that, Gayle King should have been fired years ago. So go ahead.
You know, it's interesting about the Army and that this man. See, this is why I tell most brothers, either they have a certain status or not, to always keep an eye out to people who's trying to reset you any fact, especially when it comes to this so-called community. You know, especially Miss Susan Rice, which, you know, it's ironic you make these threats that you were one time, part of the national security? Let me check what position was again. Under Obama, let me check. Just want to make sure I don't get it wrong. Rice tweet. I'm trying to remember what it was again. Okay. Susan, I guess if you remember what she was once something dealing with defense. What's your role she played? Susan Rice, yeah. It says here. Oh, I'm trying to find it. All right.
So why do you got to come defend Gayle King? Like, everybody knows she's a fucked up individual. It took like, look how much shit that they tried to go against Russell Simmons, and they were going to make all these allegations, which they came out phony, just like against Kobe, phony.
Mm-hmm.
But you got this. I think what was she? The former U.S. State's Attorney?
No, I found it. She was once a former national security advisor. So really, you're no longer part of the White House.
See, here's my shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's national security, right? So that means she doesn't give a fuck about anybody who's black, especially black men. Like,
yeah.
Fuck. See, this is the reason why I said too many black men who are raised in single mother homes, they always listen to the leadership of women, and that's why their lives are so fucked up. Number one, Bryce, mind your damn business. Because first and foremost, were you defending any of those black men who were shot by police? You were quiet.
Yeah, and you were under your watch. Under your watch.
Were you
with Obama.
Were you giving black men jobs under your watch? Were you looking out for their security, their well-being, since we're a part of the nation during your time? And how many riots kicked off during your time as National Security Advisor? So if you're going to send them, make sure they march all over your ass first. Because I'm going to tell you right then and now, as a person who had to deal with one of them riots, you failed your country. You treacherous bitch.
Yeah. Exactly. And here's the funny thing about all this. Go ahead. You about to say something?
If you get mad over somebody tweeting somebody, but yet nobody ever questions Gayle King or Oprah off of their fuck shit. It gets me really upset that the fact that they'll use too many black women out there, not all, but too many, will use black men to get a fucking kickstart for their career and try to trample all over our fucking greatness. But then you wonder why a lot of black men aren't marrying you, because guess what? I'm going to tell you the truth that a lot of those black men are not going to tell you, because they don't trust you. A lot of them do not trust you anymore. And if this is the representation of the best or the brightest of black women, as a community, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we're still in trouble.
This was to say all of them, but I'll be damned. I'm getting tired of all these fucked up black women outshining the good ones. Go ahead.
Exactly. And one thing, what's sad about all this is that, and think about it, with Gayle, I understand, to a point, because she is paid millions of dollars. So obviously, when she read that script, she knows what she was going to do, and that's why when she got the backlash, she had to come back and respond. And as she said, she blamed the people that signed and paid her checks. They wanted this to blow over, and no, it can't blow over, because as an older woman like she is, it's going to bother her psychologically, And say, well, that's what you pay what you get. You know what I'm saying? Once you sign that, you have a choice. Either do what you're told or you get fired.
And it's funny how they'll look for black men to defend them when they're saying and doing the most traitorous shit to know the man, well, treacherous, knowing the man, but they looking for us to defend them. Because, no black man is going to fucking apply for that. Number one, the man's dead. Number two, he died with his daughter. Number three, he was not charged. It was just an accusation. When they actually did the investigation against the chick, guess what? She lied.
Yeah.
Found 2 different men's sperm in her, plus she was pregnant. The fuck? Like, what the fuck else do you need for this man to clear his name? You had, 14, 17 years to ask this motherfucker about it, but you said nothing. Now you're trying to cash cow. Let's get him one last time before we put him in the ground.
Yeah.
And a shame on you, Gail Kim, and anybody who agrees with her.
And it's funny, it's actually been, I think we could say more than 17, I would say 16 years, because it really started to take wave before they let this go around 2004. It was still going on around 2000, and the 2003, going on 2004, So, but it's like I said, these women, especially ones that are in high positions, and I'm going to keep it 100. When Clark Anderson was dealing with the economics, I think he dealt with the commerce of America back in the 70s, he said these are things he did while he was on power. So why a woman like this woman, Miss Susan Rice, which she is probably married to white men, I'm convinced, yes, that's why she has the same hate for most Negro, black men, that you're in a position of power. And what you do with your power, you did not use it to its fullest. After you neglect your power, you abused it under the term of Barack Obama. So it tells me that just this alone, and that's why I want black women to be very careful with this. When they see women like this that's doing this, they're going to have to be a little bit more vocal now. Because this is now a serious direct attack. Now I think about it. So, like I said before, it's very much insult bad. I did not like this popping up. And matter of fact, since I'm here, I'm going to play the audio. I'm going to rewind it back. I'm going to try to play it as loud as possible. It's going to not sound clear, but bear with me, people.
Non-violent person. When I said what I said, I spoke for the people who felt like Gail was very disrespectful towards Kobe Bryant and his family. Now, with that being said, what I look like most harm coming to every year on one. I was raised way back. There was no harm to come to her. I didn't threaten her. All I did was say, check it out. You out of pocket for what you're doing, and we're watching. Have a little bit more respect for Vanessa, her babies, and Kobe Bryant's legacy. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to do what I got to keep doing. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. We're very nonviolent. Just want to say that first and foremost. We speak from the heart. Some of you who have no heart don't understand that. But anyway, carry on and enjoy your day.
Yeah. So you hear from the horse's mouth. I don't know if you said there, but like I said before, and it's funny. If Gail is really, and I'm not surprised she's really 70 now, because when in the decade, that what are these old fucking women still working? You still do an anchor at that age? It makes one when you really retire if you're gonna have something. Oh, I forgot. Most of these women that's in those high fields, like Oprah and Gail, they're not gonna leave down anything, because last time I checked, they don't even have children. I could be wrong about Gail. I know damn sure Oprah has no kids. So obviously, once she transitions, the money goes right back to them. But that's how they want it. And like I said, they pick these people thoroughly, who should be the representation of this community, where the news come from, or where any form of entertainment. They have these individuals in place. So that way, when they write up the script, they go and do what they told. Either that, they're going to get the boot. So let me look at the chat room for a little bit, people. And let me repeat tonight's show again. Tonight's show is titled True Masculating with Charles Faulkner Jr. So I'm not going to expend more time on this. If you're there, Charles, let me know. We're going to probably deal with the actual topic. The only reason why I brought that out is to, present that, because it was not been discussed, I don't think so yet, to find that, these are women with the little power they have. They go after their own group of men, like they're competing with their own group of men, but behind closed doors, they're sleeping and taking orders and sucking and fucking with non-black men, or what they call, quote-unquote, the enemy. And that's no good. That's not going to fly.
I'm still here. I'm here. The craziness of it is that who is there to defend Kobe? And I might not agree with everything Steve says, because guess what? If you're going to do something, it has to be a little bit more covert. But my whole thing is you need somebody to check her dumb ass. See, never see her. And see, this is the shit thing that I get about black journalists that you see on these major networks. When a black person is some fucked up shit, they're going to send a black guy or a black woman to do it. Especially if it's a black woman. And then they'll ask the most retarded or the most ignorant questioning ever. That is just rude. Once upon a time, journalists used to be a little bit more tactful and slick with it.
Exactly.
You got Gail King bringing up some old shit. Some old shit. Shout out to Lisa Leslie staying on code. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not trying to get involved with the fuck shit. But yet, we won't talk about some of the fucking shit Oprah's been in. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll talk about how Oprah used to be a damn news reporter in Baltimore, sleeping with a married man until she got an ass whipped by a woman's wife and ran out of Baltimore. And that's what she got.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Wow. She was a cat in Baltimore. So guess what? Do we need to go back? And that's way before Kobe was even thought of. So do we need to go back in the past and make people relive their shit?
Matter of fact, go ahead. Like I said,
I'm getting tired of every time people just look at black men and just want to just trample over them. Like think about it. When Maya Angelou died, she messed with number white men. Respectful for her. We didn't say she was a dead wench or she was a swirl. No, they were respectful towards her. I'm just like, wow, are we really that fucked up as people?
Yeah. We really are. Yeah.
Like, damn. But you don't see anybody dragging Harvey Weinstein through the fucking mud. Where's his lifetime story? Escaping Weinstein or some shit.
Shit. These chicks ain't gonna do it, man. See, they handcraft and pick these people very well, Charles. They said, as long as you go after that nigga, go after him. Well, you better not go after your, what they call the word, zaddy. You better not dare come after me. That's how they roll, man. And it's funny. While we're talking, there's actually a photograph, a little anime photograph. I'm gonna share it to you on your social media. It's funny. There's a picture of Gail Oprah, while Gail's crest and Oprah's chest. I swear the internet has no chill, Charles. Yeah, I'm gonna share it.
It's funny and hilarious because if you start telling business, people are going to get worn out.
That shit is. Yeah, I'm gonna say it to you now. Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, these old journalists they're just sitting there taking up dust right now. Gail and Oprah, you know, they are past their time now. And right now, the only reason why sisters will keep them around is to keep us as community distracted over their foolishness, you know, especially their attack solely dedicated to black men, which is it's not odd, it's surprising the way how this country is moving now. You get me? And the sad thing about all this is that you think these feminist lesbian chicks will have the audacity to say, you're going to go after a man, worst bad thing. But now, also his daughter died at the same time. Now, you mentioned about her, it's telling right there. You get me? It's very telling, you know?
I'm just like, you know, nobody begins to respect. Nobody begins to respect his wife. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's disgusting at the end of the day, man. That's why I see. I mean, you know, I'm glad that enough brothers is fighting back. It might not be the physical or systematically that I expected, but at least they're doing something. Where how especially some of our women are doing this is worse than betrayal. It's like, really, you just want to just put the dagger on the black man. Like, seriously.
Yeah, that's because they don't. It's like a lot of them don't have any respect.
Yeah.
Well, but when it comes to looking out for our best interest, fuck you.
And I always hear complaints about to say how they're not getting protected. Look what's going on right now. You think any black man today, and I'm not saying most of our women should not get protected. Every woman and child should be protected amongst the men in the group. But how you carry on to the ones that is coming above around, you know, that's going to be men very soon, or men already, right? When they hear and see this type of thing, you think they really going to put themselves out there to protecting you? And you doing this? I mean, we have to really think about it because every action has reaction. And your boys, whether you teach them well or not, or what they really see, they just don't see it. You know?
Yeah.
They don't really see it at all. And I know most of these women, and it's funny, with all this going around, and mind you, I'll be on YouTube enough times, and I'm subscribed to enough channels. I have not noticed lately, I'm telling you straight up, Charles, besides maybe a few popular YouTubers that have channels, they're not really pushing back what these other women and these all mainstream medias are really doing. I don't see much pushback at all.
No, they're not. It's almost like a fear.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, I'm going to get this. Even when it comes to you know who, it's a fear. The problem is, my parents once told me, people are going to respect you the way you respect yourself. A lot of these black men have been brought up to respect themselves.
Yeah.
You gotta have the courage. You gotta have the discipline and the self-respect. Not to stand up for fuckery. This question I asked before, do you really want leaders or do you just want figureheads? You just want somebody to blame. I mean, the more the better.
No, go ahead. I just saw some in the chat room, but I want you to finish your thought.
The reason why I'm like, remember, that's somebody's grieving son, grieving daughter, husband, father, granddaughter, and to disrespect that person and their family like that on international TV, come on now, still trying to dig up dirt. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? When y'all got, you're in Hollywood, you got plenty of white people you could have dug dirt on. Would you say the same shit to them? No.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing with the dirt that they already know about their own, you know, and it goes back, and you know the importance, I'm about to say, Charles, the importance of actual black media to combat a lot of these things, because I'm convinced from concluding that with the media that black people either had, whether it's big or small, and it's not that huge, this is a necessity. As much as a lot of our people think it's not really important because they can just go turn on TV or turn on the internet and find their typical mainstream media from CBS, Fox News, and all that stuff to get what's going on. And I said that's cool and good, but you're not really getting the actual scoop. Matter of fact, you get something that's really wild now. You know? Even when it comes to us. Yeah, go ahead.
Forgetting in black media, if it's not about fashion, music, drama, nobody gives a fuck. Mm-hmm. Nobody gives a fuck about finance. Nobody gives a fuck about world views or world events, geopolitical politics. Mm-hmm. If we're not being entertained, we're not watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. About it. It's the feminist ideology that so many circles have taken. That's backfire. But then they say we you know, I'm a submissive woman.
Mm-hmm.
I respect black men. Even how many times have you heard Gary Kim say that shit?
I never heard of that.
Or Oprah.
No. You're never going to hear it. Not one time. Yeah. Matter of fact, I can't recall Oprah really saying anything positive about black men. And I don't watch it, but I know it's not out there. And some woman that's in the chat room or will call in, I want some receipts for this to prove me wrong, please. I'm not speaking out of my mouth, but I want to hear from y'all that watch Oprah for the past 25 years. Back when she got off the air, I believe maybe 6, maybe 7 years. I forgot what year when she got off the air permanently. It might have been 2013 or 2014, one of them years. But she had a show for over 20-something years, you know? And I just don't see it, you know? One thing MJ did said, she said this, that this was a collective effort. It was both black men and women that had an issue with Gayle King, and it was also a black woman that defended Kobe Bryant. Yeah, she wrote that. We know that. And you have some black men and black women who are attacking Kobe for being married to Vanessa Bryant or being around white people when he died. That's sickening shit. Yeah, it's sickening. But here's the other thing about it. People got to understand. Oh, you about to go ahead.
I was going to say, that's very sickening. What, the man can't be happy? See, people forget that he was dating Brandy way before he met this chick.
Yeah, okay? Brandy dropped the ball.
Brandy broke up with him saying that he was corny to get with Mace.
Yeah.
So now, you can... Yeah. This man found, when you listen to his memoirs and what he said about when he found his wife, he was in love with her, not just for her beauty, but because he accepted her for not what he was, but who he was. He wanted to go to Disneyland and Disney World, and she said, hey, that's cool. But compared to a Brandy, she said, that's corny. So why would that man marry somebody who thinks he's corny and somebody who admires him and enjoys his time and company? So, yes, that is, I do agree with you.
And this was something from what you said, from Kobe's like book or something that was written by him, or this from? I never heard of a memoir from Kobe. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I know he had a memoir, Charles. I'm gonna have to look into that. But really, truly, yeah, she dropped the ball at the end of the day, and a lot of people forgot about that. And mind you, when Kobe did marry Vanessa, his parents was not really down with that, you know. Now, for a reason, we don't know. I'm hoping now that he's gone that they'll be honest if somebody asks him this question, you know, to know the real truth, you know. But like I said, once you're a man that's into this entertainment, sports, basketball, any form of entertainment, and you're going to accumulate a certain amount of money and wealth, you know, if you're a sister, all you could do at the end of the day is put yourself in the best position for that brother. That's it. If you drop it and you blew it, most likely these same black men are not going to go and find another sister. They're going to pretty much go the other side. And at the end of the day, when you're concerned about what he does with his money, I don't know what to say because, you know, he it's not like he didn't want to look and want to marry his sister. He gave one a shot. I mean, now he could have gone and tried another, but usually when he's in that line of work, you know, the pool of being around sisters, very slim. Sorry. Especially if you live in L.A.
Yeah.
And that's proximity. That's proximity. If I said that right, proximity.
Yeah, that's interracial happen. That's the interracial dating capital of the world.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, you know, and I'm surprised they had the funeral yet. Maybe because they're still trying to sort out certain things. But I think it's gonna be coming this week, possibly. We'll see.
Yeah.
But now, on to the actual topic: true masculinity. So, Charles Faulkner Jr., what is this true masculinity? What is defined? What it really is for not just black men, but just masculine entirely, from your perspective, from your eyes, how you see it.
Masculinity is walking to the drum of your own beat. You know when and how to break away the crowd and be an original. To have your own thought, to have your own goals, not to have a hive mind. See, true masculinity endures. It pursues. It conquers. True masculinity does not listen to the status quo without challenging it and to actually cross-reference it to see if everything you're saying actually adds up. You know, I had this one individual tell me that he was a higher-ranking man than myself. You know, this idiot who wasn't smart enough to steal Christmas, if you get my drift. How? How are you a higher-ranking male than me when you abandoned your son? Your wife left you. You can't get a job, and you were a failure in the Navy. So tell me again how you're a high-ranking male, or you're trying to delude yourself. See, a man is not going to blame anybody for his failures, but he damn sure is going to keep himself accountable and hold everybody accountable around him. See, the man is not going to take shame and just sit it right there. He's gonna question this shit. He's gonna investigate it. That's why I tell a lot of people, be careful. Be careful who you're looking at on these YouTube streets, because a lot of these people are phony, tough, and crazy brave. Well, I could tell you how to get a woman. How? You're losing yours. You know, true masculinity is also gentlemanly. When to bow gracefully and also to be as bold as a lion and know when to be the difference. What do you think, Chaos?
I think when we deal with the term true masculine, is a man that's bold and not only is able to defend his own and the people that he loves, but also takes what we call a form of accountability. Anything that he is for the cause for it, he says that admits it and apologizes and let people know that he fucked up. Instead of sit there, play around, and then try to blame his shortcomings to others. Also, when we talk about true masculinity, a man is also responsible. You know, he always has to keep his word. I'm taking a page from Mary Brown, Great Liberators, shout out, that even when you're with your opposite mate, a woman that you love or you're married and stuff, if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. You're going to keep your word, because women are receptive of what you do and what word and what you're going to keep. They don't want to always go by, saying you say something, you do something different. If you tell them you're going to do it, you're going to do it. No excuse. If you can't, you just say no. So that's my form of definition of what we call true masculinity. And that's how I see it.
Yeah. It's funny because a lot of women are saying, where have the real men gone? But society is trying to push the real man away, because if you had real men, a lot of the chaos you see within this country right now will not persist.
Mm-hmm.
The feminists are trying to convince women that they want a more agreeable, more safe man. And women in their biological and mental status do not want those type of men. They want leaders, but you're trying to get rid of the indoctrination of the difference between a leader and somebody, well, I don't want no man to rule over me. That indoctrination. When women say, hey, I want a man to lead me and guide me. And their biology. They're having this war rage. Same thing for the men. They're scared to be leaders, but they want to take charge or something. There's give and take. So when you have these men out here who are derelict and not doing the jobs that men always do, such as protection, building, and creating civilization, you're going to become stagnant. And stagnation usually brings around rot and disease. And there's no difference when you're talking about a society as well. It's all saying, I want to grow flowers in the pitch black of dark. 90% of species ain't going to happen. If any of them.
Yeah, this is true. True.
If you look at it, let's look at the media. With this Me Too and everything too, you got men who are proud to be sloppy. Men who are proud to be achievers. Men who are proud to be less intelligent than the next. Where do they find these men?
It's more. Let's go even deeper. Where do these men come from? Who grow these men? Where these men really came out of? It's the biggest question.
When you come out of homes full of dysfunction, whether if you have a single dad, single mom, 2 parents, 3 parents, 4 parents, who cares? When you come out of dysfunctionality, non-complete homes, you're going to be an incubator of foolishness. And then you take that child to school, where everything they do that's masculine is always going to be shut down. It's always going to be offensive. Your existence. The way they teach in schools now are not geared to boys, especially not black ones. Shaming them about their masculinity. But will probably tell them about the LGBT. Telling them that a boy could be a princess too. Fuck out of here with that shit. Talking about race with him wearing a dress. Bow down to the woman because she's strong and hear her roar. But as soon as you roar, we got to tamp that down. But if you don't protect her and lift heavy things for her and fight her battles, you're not a man. Nope. Number one, masculinity cannot be judged by women. Can't. Just like femininity cannot just be judged by men. We know parts of it, just like they know parts of it. But you're not going to model femininity off of man, just like you're not going to model masculinity off a woman. That's hustling backwards.
Yeah.
And we need to be honest with ourselves. Is this the future we want our children to be?
Yeah. Do you want a warrior, or do you want another Billy Porter?
Dre, you got to remember, the first people to fight for equal rights for women were men. Even when women, to this day, don't even do the most dangerous jobs in the world that men still predominantly do, we still want to pay for you. We still want you to be happy. Still have the right to dominate, to rule over your own life. See, society does have the power to push real men away. You know why? Because it's called jail.
Yep.
It's called unfair child support and child care laws, or child custody laws. They want you to fight and fight and fight, but if the shoe was on the other foot, and women had to take the brunt of this stuff, they would be crying and crying. But when it happens, it's not the same. You're a man, suck it up. Right? So when I hear about this thing about women didn't fight wars to fucking keep a country safe. They still don't fight on the front line in 2020.
Imagine that.
They still don't. You know, just even in civil rights, many of the damn men told the women and children to stay home because they knew it was going to get ugly. And it's not even trying to shit on the women. I'm just telling historical fact. So when you don't have those type of men who's going to defend the home, lead the home, what's going to happen? You're going to have chaos. When you have this fake masculinity, scared of responsibility, you're going to have this air of lawlessness. You're going to have the irresponsible nature that's going around us. You're going to see your daughters unmarried. Unsatisfied. You're going to see no protection for your community.
And not only that, you're going to see what we call dilapidation of your community. Your community is so falling apart that it makes it easy for other races to sit there, regentrify your neighborhood so easy, since they're not putting on the resource anyway. It makes it work much easier.
Of course. You can't even get mad at gentrification, man. Do you really own those neighborhood houses? So why get upset with it? Why get upset?
Let me give the call number.
One person said women always play a significant role, including during war. Not as significant as fighting it.
Was somebody in the chat say something? Okay.
Yeah, I was reading the chat. And he said, women played a significant war. What the fuck? Okay. How many have fought in it? We'll wait.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to hear about that answer. Why you think, hold on a second. Wait, my call me. Let's see what's going on. Hold on, guys. Let me see what this is. Oh, damn it. I pressed it wrong. The call number, wait, hold on. Yeah. The call number for tonight's show is 712-770-4160. The access code is 915-411#. I repeat, 712-770-4160. Access code 915-411#. Tonight's subject, Chaos Reign presents True Masculinity with my guest, Charles Faulkner Jr. Hold on. Let me see who set me up here. This is somebody from a different line. I'm just going to check this quickly. People. Let me see what this is. All right. It's no one. Let me hang up. That was on the Hangout, unfortunately. But, like I said before, that, if women did fight in these wars, I want to know dates and time. Because last time I checked, for the last century, just for the last century, most of the serious wars still fought by men. We have women now participating more in the military more than ever, but that was given by the assistance of men, especially the black men, that fought to pave the way for a lot of rights that a lot of women are getting the comfort today. And the sad thing about all this is that women don't understand that, it's not that you just stepped in yesterday to say you want your rights. No, somebody has to physically fight and die to make you get the comfort and the rights you indulge in this so we call America.
That's called life.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, so at the end of the day, my people, you gotta really understand what we're talking about. That when we talk about true masculinity, this is more of a open invitation, or more to let people know that the masculinity that a lot of us we think we understand or see today is a falsification of masculinity. It's not even true masculinity today in the 21st century. Right now, this media or these other race people are trying to present what masculinity is to the public, to people that is not part of this Western, what we call U.S. They show them when they come here, masculine is something feminine, soft, passive, you know, something that will take abuse in a way and not do nothing. And it's funny about this, me mention about abuse.
Yep.
And a lot of these brothers think that because the sister abused them in a way that they're safe over the other side. But no, saying these non-black women are just going to be just as abusive. But the problem is they're not going to let you know until you get into that. Yeah.
They're going to be just as bad, if not worse. You see, I'm glad you said that. I can't stand it. This is how masculinity is. Men treated women the same, no matter how, no matter when, and no matter where they're from. White, black, polka dot, green, and between.
Mm-hmm.
This is the stupidity of faux masculinity, as I call it, fake masculinity. You want to be blue pill for black women, but then blue pill for white women or non-black women, but red pill for black women. You can't do that. You got to be the one and the same for all.
Yeah.
There should be no difference in how you look at it. Especially if you're going to date white. If you're going to date a woman. Who all she got to do is tell her white counterparts, he abused me, and look what happened with Kobe. Just off of a lie.
Just off a lie, no. And really, a lie is dangerous because when you tell a lie on a brother, whoo, it could mean the end of your life, your career, or death. Which a lot of black men don't want to have these conversations, Charles. They feel that we're away from the actual physical death of black men that they go through in this country. And I said, black men still getting killed, not by his own brother on the average, but getting killed still by non-black men.
Of course.
They think it just stopped after Jim Crow. It did stop. It still goes on. The only thing is they paint a picture with the so-called media that we don't control. They paint you as the bad guy. So when they take you out, they feel it's justifiable. Like they killed the boogeyman. They killed the devil. That's what they're doing with Kobe right now. That's why if you think about it, they'll talk about his great achievements. Maybe they might mention it, and I said maybe. But overall, when you go to Twitter or you go any social media outlet, you hear more non-black people, non-black women, non-black men, i.e. Caucasoid, Asian, whatever you want to call them, they are hitting up the same social media and saying how much he was a so-called rapist, this and that. I remember one white chick pointed and said that, at least he was I forgot what it was. I wish I could pull it up, Charles. I tell you, they both right now, man, and say, damn. They have no chill pill with the black man. I'm telling brothers this right now. So you engage in this interracialism, you better be careful.
That's because a lot of these brothers out here live in a fake reality. It comes to fake out. Oh, these Asian women won't fuck me over. These white women won't fuck me over. And here, all men and women can fuck you over. Stop looking at it like everything's so green. So the fault of that, number one, is of the black man. Not realizing his place in the world and how to build upon it. You get too satisfied.
Indeed.
Second part of it is, and I do salute the sisters and the brothers who don't allow any brother, even Kobe's, name to get washed around by anybody. Second fault These are the sisters. Because, remember, men of power always want to be with their own. And if you think about it, most men who make that type of money are usually with sisters first. It's not just about your money, but if I can get along with you, if I can build with you, are you cooperative? Are you supportive? See, the biggest problem is that we got away from that. We got away from, am I going to support my man? Am I going to help him build an empire? We got away from the men who says, I'm going to go out there in the wilderness and I'm going to settle this goddamn land. I'm going to be the king of my domain. And that's why I say that we have this state of emergency when it comes to masculinity. Anybody calling in?
You know, let's check right now. Well, before I check the phone lines, the call number for tonight's show is 712-770-4160. The access code is 91541#. I repeat, 712-770-4160. Access code 915-411#. Tonight's subject, Chaos Reign presents True Masculinity with Charles Faulkner Jr. And I know somebody did raise their hand earlier, so let me go to this brother. UNK, you did raise your hand earlier. Do you have anything to say? Hello? UNK?
Hello? Oh, this was
Hear me? Yeah, we hear you. You said something? Oh, damn. All right. Okay, well he's not ready. Let me check the chat room. Yeah. Well, I guess this is a woman because they're saying something about without women, and I think they take offense. Sadugi, I don't know if that's pronounced right. Sadugu, one. Yeah, I mean, you got to call in, bro, or sis, if you find it a problem, what's been discussed. But since I wait, since we're talking about true masculinity, one thing I never asked you is, Charles, and I might ask is, do we feel we prepare our boys, our sons, or just our young black boys to really step in the world to become masculine as men? This is one question that kind of bothered me a bit.
But overall, no. Because, one, it's almost like you see the average 18 to 20-year-old male in the black community almost lost. Like, we got away from doing anything masculine, like shop class, like any type of trades in school. We want to go into more sensitive things like sensitivity and shit like that. Where I'm surprised parents, and I'll go for Baltimore, for instance, why don't you put the trades back in the schools? Where your son could come out of high school, he's already certified and can start working. My ex
work for himself a little bit.
My ex asked me a question. Like, why can't all these dudes get jobs? I said, we're in a work strip. You see a McDonald's, you see a CVS, you see an Enterprise, you see a Wendy, a Popeyes, you see all these Panera Bread, you see all these stores. And in between them, you'll see a bunch of Asian or non-black stores or Arabic stores. They're not hiring them. Who are they hiring? Women. So,
especially non-black women and non-black males, but mostly they're hiring a lot of women in a lot of these, low-level jobs.
Every time I go to a McDonald's, a lot of these places, I see a bunch of black women. All the time I go to Rite Aid and CVS, black women. So it's nothing against the women. So we're just going by what we see. If we would give these boys the training necessary when they're in high school and dare I even say it some middle school, they wouldn't have to ask anybody for a job because they would be ready to work on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, some men and women do prepare their sons, but as a whole entity, no, we're not.
Okay. I do see one person raise their hand. I'm going to open this line now. All right, caller. Open your line. May I ask who I'm speaking to?
This is Miss Lady. I've been listening for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I just want to say it depends on where you live in terms of, who's being employed in what positions. So where I live at the McDonald's, I don't go to McDonald's often, maybe once or twice a year, maybe for a salad. But I
Are
see
you away
mainly.
from your phone, Miss Lady? Are you way or close near your phone? Just asking.
I'm on my Bluetooth. Is this better?
Okay. All right. I'll keep talking. Maybe it'll get better. Keep talking. Go ahead.
Excuse me. So where I see is mainly Hispanic, young Hispanic people working. And when I do see black people, they're younger black people, and I see equal young men as well as young women. Now, I've gone to a couple of Popeyes to get some fried chicken. What's that noise?
What, you hear something? What you hear?
Yeah. And I see also, when I've gone to Popeyes, I also will see Hispanic people working more than anybody. So I just think it depends on where you live with the population of people who are employed at, like, the fast food restaurants. And when I go to other type of fast food places, like there's some good burger places with good hamburger meat and that kind of thing, where the burgers might cost $10, $12 or whatever. I see more white people working. I see actually a panoply. I see whites working. I see Hispanics. And I see black people working, and even some Asians. So it depends on where you live.
I see. Yeah, I've seen that a lot in certain fast foods as well, Miss Lady. Certain fast foods. I think in the Popeyes, I see a whole lot of non-black in there working. And my conclusion to that is, a lot of them that I'm not sure from this country, they're getting very much underpaid. They're not going to hire nobody that's American because to pay somebody a certain wage, they get away with it if you're a foreigner from another country or a first time maybe American, possibly. Because a lot of them don't know their rights when it comes to the wage on a lot of these jobs. And also we're under capitalism too. So, they try to capitalize to get the same productivity for less. Actually, for cheap. Actually, not less, but cheap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like the In-N-Out, I see a lot of young white kids working at In-N-Out, to be honest, more than anybody. And I guess it just depends. I don't know. But if you go to primarily white cities, that's what you're going to see. If you go, where it's more diverse, you're going to see more diverse people.
But, when you go to major black cities, you don't see a lot of the boys working.
I can't understand what you said. I don't understand because I was just talking on the phone with no problem with a friend.
I don't know because
this week, Charles, this week you gonna do, Miss Lady. If you talk on the phone, come out and come back in. Are you using like an actual headset, Bluetooth headset, Miss Lady?
Yes, I am.
All right. this one wants you could hang up, try to call back, and see if it corrects the thing. If not, you might have to turn back. Because if you can barely hear us now, it's usually the headset, because nothing wrong on my end or Charles. Bluetooth will do this constantly. Trust me, I have Bluetooth headsets. They do this sometimes.
Now it's clear. Can you hear me? Is it pretty clear?
I can hear you. Well, you can't hear Charles,
okay.
right?
Hello? Well, I couldn't a minute ago. Yeah, but I can hear you well.
You again, Charles. Maybe she didn't hear you. Go ahead.
The part that I'm saying is when you go into a majority black neighborhoods, you're not getting a lot of black boys working who are from the age of teenagers to young adults. And that's
why
the
is
issue.
That?
Because a lot of them are not getting hired. Because
well, they will hire them where I am. I know black youth that have been hired for jobs.
The black youth are finding trouble. That's what they would talk about for news not too long ago, especially for black boys. When you historically were not giving jobs and discriminated upon, you've seen a lot of it against the black males.
But what I'm saying, where I live, that's not really happening, especially in fast food places. They will hire them, and they do.
And you're in New York. And you're in New York, Miss Lady?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I'm not sure which are you not sure what city or state you're in, but that I'm not sure. I can't even answer because I'm not sure what state you're in, to be honest with you, to give you the answer to that. Because each state is a little different depending on population of people. If you're in a state where there's a good, heavily black population, that might be the case. But if you're in a state that is a mix or more of non-blacks than blacks, then yeah, the percentage of not getting hired if you're a black male can very much increase. And not only that, if you think about it, jobs are being very much scarce in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I see help one signs a lot. Like for those types of jobs, if they want a job, they can. Where I live, they can get one. There's no, and I know young black men say between the ages of 18 to 25 that have gotten jobs. Those kind of jobs with no problem. They just have to show up and do what they're supposed to do. Okay.
See, the fact of the matter is, they're not hiring them. Why do you think they're allowed?
Well, I'm saying where I live, they are. So you can't make it a blanket statement.
Where do you live? Because majority of them are not getting hired. Majority of them
are
hired. They're not.
I'm not going to discuss this with this idiot. He keeps insisting. He's making blanket general statements that are absolutely false. So I'm not interested anymore. I'm just trying to waste my time. Have a good night.
Good night. Good night, Miss Lady. I mean, I don't mind you called in, Miss Lady, and said they're hiring black males and droves or teenagers. But the problem is, I don't know where. At least you tell me a city you're at. Maybe I could say look it up. But the city said they're hiring where you're at. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't locate where you are to validate. Okay, this might be an area where they might be hiring. Okay,
look at the height of the unemployment every time it's black males.
Matter of fact, even the percentage of unemployment for black people is still not high. It's actually gotten worse.
Yeah. So you telling me?
Yeah.
So you telling me when the national percentage for black people, a lot of these places, not all, but a lot of them. I keep feeling retarded saying that because you got to explain this shit to people.
Mm-hmm.
That the unemployment rate has gotten higher for black men than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Okay?
It gotten so high, it's gone under now. They some people that if they made a little, that's not even considered employed.
Yeah.
So they're really, when they're doing the actual numbers, they're undercutting the actual who's really getting hired. And if you made $20 throughout the whole year, they might consider that employed.
And then on top of that, you're also going to face automation.
Mm-hmm. Which we don't talk about.
So it's even worse for people, period, across the board. And I would love for MJ to call because I guess he has an issue of my state of what wars that women fought in.
Mm-hmm.
Where they are on the front line.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're acting like it's an untrue statement. You know, if women want to fight on the front line, sure, but I don't see them begging to put it there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I've even researched it with a Marine captain, but this white woman said that women should stay the fuck out of combat positions. Not my words, it was hers.
And this is a white woman, right?
Yeah, this is a white Marine captain. So she's a mid-ranking officer in the Marine Corps.
Mm. And is that the hardest Marine Corps? I know from right, wrong. Hardest field? Out of all these other...
So they say. But the point being is this. The more we teach equality and thinking that we could do it too, the more we lying to ourselves. There's some people who are going to be better. Sorry. But when I'm looking at it, you look at it from a standpoint. And when people say more diverse, I don't even like the way the word diverse. Do you have a large amount of black people in your city, yes or no? I do. Am I seeing a large amount of black men getting hired? Not really.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when I suggested earlier, when you asked the question, why don't we prepare them for computer tech, HVAC, auto mechanics, other things, sciences? Do we put as much emphasis on our boys as the girls? No. So the schools tell you this. They even did the research. When you separate boys and girls, when you put boys and separate them out of class, the boys do much better. But why do we still have schools where there's still integrated boys and girls?
You know, it makes me wonder, since you mentioned this, Charles, was it always the school system when it comes to us other people, we were always integrating the boys and girls for, I'm not sure how long this has been going on, but I know there was one point in the history of this country that the boys and girls had been separate one time.
No, there were times, but we see that mostly in parochial and military schools. Girls and boys are going to be separated. A lot of private schools still separate them. And it's a little thing that if you really want your kids to do better, your sons to do better, especially since we're on the topic of masculinity, why not go to your city board or your board of education and say we want more male inclusive schools. We want more strong male heterosexual teachers.
Mm-hmm.
It's your vote. It's your tax money.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
You'll never get that answer. But yet they'll think that we're supposed to do the same thing, expecting a different result, and they're wondering why the numbers are still the same.
Mm-hmm. Especially in regards to the levels of reading, writing, and arithmetic, still low, very underperformed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Come on, MJ, get on the line.
Yeah. And one other thing I want to say, I agree, and the reason I'm agreeing with you on this one because there's too much distractions when it comes to the sexes. Boys, inherently, when their masculinity is somewhat still intact, regardless of the school is trying to teach them to accept, homosexuality and all that stuff. Once they're around that opposite sex, they're gonna, act in their nature to try to impress those little girls, young girls, or teenage girls. Matter of fact, a lot of goofing around really goes on when boys and girls are together.
Pretty much.
And I know this because we were once boys, We know how it is when we're on the girls and we like to goof off. You don't get that if it's just only just solely boys on the average.
Mm-hmm.
So it proves the fact that when you and here's the funny thing. I'm not sure if we had this conversation. I remember I had this conversation with other brothers, shout out to them, Regine. In regards to with the so-called teenage pregnancy, which really is down now. It's not what it was used to be 30 years ago. So at matter of fact, almost now 40 years ago. Usually you had that because by default, when boys and girls are around and they reach that puberty age, they're gonna, engage in sexual activities, regardless if they've been taught sex education. So we had the complaint about the teenage pregnancy and then the risk and all that stuff. That is highly possible once you have boys and girls in the same environment.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing about all this, I'm going to keep 100, bro. Way how it is now, a lot of these boys that, were the geeks, nerds, or socially awkward, still wouldn't even get into their female counterpart's pants. Imagine that, So when we talk about it's down, we got to look at what's causing it to go down. It's this antisocial nature we are in as people now. So think about this. I never heard of no incel or hear about black men under the age of 20 or under the age of 30 label and call themselves incels.
That's an
This
embarrassment.
is something new to me.
That's an embarrassment. Like one thing about it, man, we invoked a lot of this bullshit, and especially to the who with the anger towards him, and you trying to get these incel dollars instead of saying, look, dude, get the fuck from out your basement, your mama's basement, get out there and face the fucking world as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Get out there and face the fucking world as a man. Still waiting on you, MJ. Come on. I know you can do it. Anyway, I know you can call in. But anyway, this incel culture that's starting to be around. Do you know how much buying a suit, getting it tailored, or getting a suit tailored for you will just change your outlook? Just change the way you look and how you feel?
And I think getting yourself tailored, it's not really that expensive, last time I checked.
No,
I
you
could be
get
wrong.
a shirt tailored for you, and you just look at it. You get your ass up and go to the gym. Buy some weights from Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods, and then just work out. Start to work out. Hell, you could even get like the exercise bands you could put on your door, or contraptions such as the Tower 200, and you can work out. Get a stationary bike. Go hire a trainer so you can get yourself improved in your shape and your cardiovascular.
And that's the cheap way to do it. But I always recommend, and you're gonna agree with me, brother, that most of it, if you get to an actual gym membership like Planet Fitness, pay like the $20 a month, that will be a better route. And the reason why I'm telling people this, that they should get up and move, and besides staying in the house. And this is why, hear me good, people. This is Chaos speaking now. Why I'm telling y'all, if you go forward or not, go to these local gyms is because it's better. Because one, it gets you out the freaking house. Two, you're going to interact and not only be competitive, because you're going to see other men or women of like mind or wherever in the gym working out. It's going to make you try to inspire yourself to really challenge you to better and get your body in some form of shape. Because this is my thing. Go ahead.
Only that. Get yourself in shape also deals with confidence. If you don't like being a fat ass, stop being a fat ass. As Red Fox once so eloquently put it, the best way to get on your feet is to get off your ass. Same thing with exercise. Now you got the suit, now you got the clothing. Sometimes you got to dress differently than the hood shit we all dress up in. And now you got to learn social. Go out there and speak to people. Spark up a conversation. Well, I'm scared to speak. Well, guess what? Overcome your goddamn fears and stop being a bitch about it. Oh, if you don't like to speak, then how are you going to get a job? How are you going to go to an interview? Once you practice this, even if you want a pretty girl's number and she turns it down, don't even get negative. Just say, you know what? Hey, you have a beautiful day, love, and walk on. At least you had the courage to do it. So that way, if you can talk to a girl, you can talk at an interview. Why? Because that's one of the most shakedown events for a lot of men is being turned down. And rejection is part of life and masculinity. Once you can deal with it, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Get your soul right. Whatever spiritual, broadcast system you call upon the Creator to invoke His strength and His wisdom, get your soul right. And notice, like I said in my video, saving yourself starts with you. I didn't say a damn thing about black women because I really think that saving yourself doesn't have to do anything with women. It's with the effort you put into you. You put a little, you get back a little. You put a lot, you're going to get a lot. Educate yourself. Become a very studious gentleman. When the one thing that women are always attracted to is an intelligent guy. He doesn't have to be braggadocious about his knowledge. Just somebody who's intelligent. Who can carry the conversation.
Saying out of his mind. At least have some sense.
And it makes sense. Women love that. Unless you're dealing with women who don't fit.
And another thing I want to add, to most men that want to call themselves awkward, non-select, or whatever you want to give yourself these low-level labels, deal with better classy women or better quality of women. Trust me, you got to search. You can't always deal with Tanisha, and I'm only using this names just for the sake of conversation. The ones in the street next door to you and also that might act and conduct themselves unladylike. Leave them women alone. And mind you, that's women you probably should not be messing with if you can't get to that. And think about and think about this. Well, the reason why I'm saying this because really truly, when you're on a different mindset and purpose, those type of women, they're not seeing your direction, where you're going, or your growth. They potentially, on the average, will stifle you because they have a certain mentality level. Now, I hear most women that are career-oriented act like the ghettos, same way like these sisters, and I'm not saying that's not true. But at the end of the day, you as a man, you have to stand on something. And one thing that Mr. Samuels did say, one of these days, not one of them, but back then, most men usually, in any relationship that they don't feel comfortable in, they just walk away. They just walk out. Just leave. A lot of dudes nowadays, in a lot of these relationships they're in, they don't have the muster or strength just to walk away. On a relationship that's not really fulfilling or what we call unhealthy. We lost that, And a lot of women, and I think one time, was it Sister George Concrete or one of them ladies said it, that if the brothers or the black man would just use his feet more, do the walking, they would understand that. Because when a man just walks out, it's a testament to them. And what I mean by a testament, because I'm going to be dead honest. A lot of women don't want to hear this. Your ego will be bothered when a man just sits there and say, instead of him telling you constantly or let you know it's over, he just walk and go. Leave. Because that's just a major testament to say, you're a man, you're not going to sit there and fight or try to hold on. If you're just going to say, well, instead of keep talking, maybe if I just go and you don't hear from me, you get the message.
Yeah.
And
maybe
you know what
maybe if you go out there and improve your own life, and sometimes for a lot of those guys, maybe There are times in your life where, and this goes for women as well, you shouldn't worry about the opposite sex till your shit is together. Like, get your shit together. Take that time of not being with anybody and focus on you. The more you do that, the more you're going to realize, like, look, my life is going good. It's going well, even. Why not keep pursuing more? It's just like in my fitness group that I just opened the first of the year on Facebook. Notice how many people are getting motivated who haven't worked out at all or in years, and they're doing it on a weekly basis consistently now. Find like-spirited people who want to take the bull by the horns, people who want to learn and enjoy life. Never really be around any slackers.
Yeah.
But, you know, somebody's not going to listen to the advice. They're going to be like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Probably not. But I challenge you to see if I do. I challenge you to see if I don't.
Indeed. Let me give the call number again for those who's listening for the first time. The call number for tonight's show is 712-770-4160. The access code is 915-411-pound. I repeat, 712-770-4160. Access code 915-411-pound. Tonight's subject, Chaos Reign presents True Masculinity with Charles Faulkner Jr. And like I said, we as men in this journey of life, and all men will agree to this, you're always going to be challenged. You're never going to avoid or escape any form of challenge that faces you. Some of the challenge will be so hard it's going to might put you in a position where you want just to give up. But I'm telling you, personally, you don't give up. You know? Even, let's say, I'll use myself for example. Even doing the YouTube, I thought myself, you know, and the information I put out, why bother? They don't care. Maybe I should stop doing it. It didn't really hit me like that, but the thought was there. But what really made me think deeply about it and really look at the end goal of it, that said, just give up now. It'll disconnect anyone that will find this information, whether useful or not, that it can use to better not only their mind but their life itself. And I'm only telling most of this for those that are young, that is feeling when to hang up or quit because it's challenging. I'm telling you personally, don't do it. You know, and if you're going to quit, always put down one thing and try to take up something on a different challenge and learn from this one for always self-improvement. You know, as men, we always got to learn to the things we do and say, always keeping back in mind, how could I do better? What could I do better? You know? That's how we should operate as men, move forward. I don't know if you want to clarify or put anything more to what I'm saying, Mr. Faulkner.
Couldn't say it better myself.
Yeah. And it's interesting you mentioned that you also gave up to one particular dude in the comment when he was going through certain things and he did not know what to do. You sit there and you told him personally. You got to keep fighting as a man. A lot of men need these inspiring words. They need to see not only men do things, but they need to hear from actual men. So way, you know, they're not in this journey alone. You know what I'm saying? Because the road to wherever you're trying to accomplish in life is a lonely road. You know?
Okay. I wish the person would come call up. Women can be double agents in war where they're able to infiltrate and bring back information. Have women done it? Yes, but not as much as men have. See, this is what happens when you get into pissing matches.
Mhm.
Because if you actually think about it, not as many women in the entire history, even in 2020, have not fought in wars as much as men. I've noticed this, that we're going to start doing this in 2020. I'm no longer going to say, I'm going to very rarely say not all, but far too many, because I'm going to believe that people are intelligent enough to know I'm not speaking about everybody. But I'm going to say this. Look, I'm getting tired of people being into pissing contests about stuff that is factually true. Because we're wasting time trying to be in a pissing contest. But yet, not one person called so far who wants to talk about true masculinity. Not one person. Not even one. And they wonder why we go through these whole circular arguments over and over and over again. Because I'm starting to believe a lot of people don't want those answers.
No, they don't.
A lot of people just want to be offensive. He's being offensive. No. I'm truthful. Are there some things women are going to have an advantage over men? Yes. There are some things men are going to have an advantage over women. Yeah. This is also the issue of masculinity. What's the point of having it when your women don't respect it? But nobody speaks on 22. You want a 1945 man, but you still want to be a 2020 woman. You got to reflect what the men have seen when it comes to the men. I'm pretty sure there's women out there who've seen the lack of femininity that's going around today.
Jay, I open your mic. I know you raised your hand earlier. Did you want to say something, Jay, NYC? Jay, NYC? Guess not. Okay. I'm not sure if this is all facts. That's also the co-host. I'm not sure what's going on my switchboard. Usually I'm supposed to be the host, but anyway. At the end of the day, in regards to true masculinity, these are the key points that I want people to emphasize and get an understanding. If they don't know now, you know now. You gotta be, as a man, responsible. You gotta not only defend yours, defend your family, but defend your integrity as a man. You always have to be like anything. If you're not in this direction, always being in the direction of always improving, self-improvement. Not only get your body right, get your mind right, especially. Also, wherever your position in life is, whether financially not where you're at, you try to strive to be better. And someone wrote something. Is Gary, the guest, a doctor? Good question, Chef Rob. Call in to find out for yourself.
What was that?
No, he's saying that if you're a doctor. I'm going to let Chef Rob ask you that question first thing. Give him a second. Yeah. Like I said, these are things that black men, and we could say men, but we're only speaking us as men right now because we're the ones that's holding what we call actual masculinity in the world right now. Because if you look at the world, the one thing they had to fight more than ever is to destroy this actual male image, and they focus mostly on the brothers. Because we already know non-black men don't really have actual masculinity because their history shows it. But when women, when they look at idolize real masculinity, they look and turn to this black man. Because he is fair and balanced and just. He not only has the physical stature, but he has that sense of integrity, that mind, and that charisma that women, not only us, but women across the world, love and respect. Yeah. That's why we are very much a special group of men. And, every woman knows this, Charles, And that's why I see why the system fights hard on it, and they have to attack the original man. Because once you get this man fully convinced, conquered, that's when the world will go into the deep underworld, the deep chaos, the deep blackness, the dark, what do you call it? The dark age, or you want to call these things that cause calamities, destruction. That's when it really will start. Men do keep order.
Yeah, you look at these things, and people want to draw attention to the black man's past for greatness. When you can reinvigorate that greatness now, right now as we speaking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Yep. So, on that note, since, this is our first stream in a while, I think I'll leave it here, for most of it to digest, Any closing remarks, Charles Faulkner Jr.?
Closing remark I want to put out there: never give up on greatness. Never give up being the best possible you. Never give up on your masculinity. Woo! And I'm out.
Yes. Woo! And I'd like to thank everybody for listening to tonight's broadcast. Be on the lookout. I'm going to have Charles Faulkner return again for another good subject we're going to talk about. On a side note, for those who will be listening, like I said, the Talk World Solutions YouTube channel, this is the second backup YouTube channel. So if you're subscribed to the original channel, which I'm going to go back right now and type up so that way y'all will know. That's it. And just want to make sure that I'm not confused between both of these. Okay. We have two different channels. They're all Talk Real Solutions. This one has an image of, so everybody know, of an African woman. So this is the backup channel. So for those that want to go back to replay, subscribe to this channel here. And we're going to probably have the replays on this channel. Also, you will see the replay of this discussion on Chaos Reign channel as well. You can find me on Chaos Reign. Just type up Chaos Reign on YouTube. The replay of that will be on there as well. And that's pretty much it. I'd like to thank everybody for calling in and listening to tonight's stream. Be on the lookout for the next broadcast. Until next time, good night.
Thank you for listening to another broadcast. Woo! And thanks to my special guest, Charles Faulkner Jr. Like always, comment, subscribe, and like this video. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at ChaosReign7. And also, find me on all podcasts. And thank you for listening. Until next time, let the chaos!